But I still have one lingering question. Why are you here?
Yeah.
Once the host matures and awakens as Roa, what happens to the human it was before?
That too, yeah.
Will their original identity be forgotten? No more than a placeholder persona marked for deletion from birth?
忘れ去られるということはありません。だってその代のロアの人格と記憶はそれまで生まれ育った転生先の人間そのものなんですから。
Yeah, there's still a part of that version of Roa. Makes sense.
例えば A という人物がロアの転生先だとしましょう。A が成人に達して吸血鬼になった時、覚醒したロアの魂が A になるのではないんです。A という人物がロアという魂に汚染されるだけなんですよ。ある日突然、何の前触れもなく趣味や思考が変わるのだと思ってください。
二重人格のようなものじゃないんですね。
ええ。元からの肉体が持っていた魂にロアの魂がプリントされる。転生先がどのような善人であれ、ロアが覚醒すればそれは吸血鬼という悪になる。死とはその生存手段そのものが人間にとって悪ですから。その折転生先の人格も肉体も変貌します。ロアという膨大な情報と価値観に切り替わるんです。
Well, what if the human wants the ones?
Yeah.
肉体も吸血鬼になるんですか？ちゃんと人間として生まれたのに。
転生するのは人格ではなく魂ですから。汚染されたロアの魂は覚醒した段階で転生先の肉体を徐々に吸血鬼化させる。何代も蓄え続けた情報を生かすにふさわしい怪物の肉体に。
Yeah, so the data can cause a physical change in the body, I guess, making you a vampire.
ですが。
ですか？
それだけでは万全とは言えません。転生は完成された不老不死のシステムですが、立ち上がりに不安材料が多すぎる。それを補うため、ロアは転生先の条件を絞ります。まず、生まれてくる家が富豪であること。社会的地位も高く、財産も豊かな家の子供として生まれれば、町すべてを吸血鬼化させるのに便利ですから。それともう一つが、転生先の肉体が強靭であること。こちらは絶対条件ではなく、都合が合えばというレベルですね。
That seems awfully hard to pin down as a fetus.
Yeah. He just really checks out the genetics, I guess. Or like, he just makes assumptions based on the parents.
人間の中にも特別な力を持って生まれてくる子供はいます。
I suppose if he can check for magic abilities by targeting mage families, that would help.
Could you imagine, like, he picks somebody who has, like, great genetics for strength, but it turns out they're actually paralyzed from the neck down at birth?
Or, like, in a really early accident.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, his parents get in a car crash when the baby is, like, 12 weeks old, and it just... sleep paralysis from the neck down, and is like, yeah, you would be strong as hell. Unfortunately, every muscle in your body is atrophied.
Yeah.
And also... I mean, then again, maybe the vampirism would fix that.
That would be terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, God.
魔術と呼ばれる学べば習得できる神秘ではなく、生まれつき肉体が持ってしまう得意能力。一般に超能力者や鬼ごとされる人種のことです。
Yeah, people with, mixed blood and all that.
He really just wants a Keki Genkai.
I was thinking he really wants an Uchiha body.
Yeah, it's just Orochimaru.
Pretty much.
You know what the worst part is? And Boruto's not canon, obviously.
Okay.
We found out in Boruto Orochimaru just had an Uchiha the entire time.
What?
Yeah. This guy Shin. Like that arm that Danzo had with all the the Sharingan on it. Yeah, he just took that. Orochimaru just gave him that from Shin. That was Shin's arm.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What?
Dude has like a fuck ton of Sharingan all over the place.
Oh my god.
He
Okay.
was around the entire time. Orochimaru just had him. He was a perfect body, perfect host. Orochimaru could have used him at any point, literally at any time.
I get. The more I learn about Boruto, the weirder it gets.
Yeah, no, it's fucking weird, man. And then Sarada broke the rules on Mangekyo Sharingan, apparently.
By not having to kill somebody?
By not having to watch, like, their,
Oh, yeah.
By not having to... First of all, by not having to, like, have
Kill
somebody die on them.
Okay.
That was the thing. Somebody had to, like... Somebody close to them had to die. They didn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to kill them, because, like, Itachi got his when he watched Hisui die.
Yeah, yeah.
Not Hisui,
the...
Shisui.
Okay.
Shisui.
Yeah.
He just
He just
watched
him
him
commit
die.
suicide, I think.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
because the dude was like,
Wanted out.
well, no, he was
Oh.
already dying.
Oh.
Like the one guy from Root, or I think it was Root. There was a not a Madarame. Shino's Aburame. There's an Aburame in there who'd like turbo poisoned him with super bugs, and he was definitely very going to die.
Okay.
And the thing was, he didn't want Danzo to get both of his eyes.
Okay.
Because, like, Danzo had already stolen the one.
Hmm.
So, like, he flung himself off a fucking thing or whatever, told Itachi to take the other one.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how Itachi got his, and
Yeah,
then Sasuke got his from, Itachi dying.
I think it was when Itachi.
Yeah, Itachi died, and then Sasuke got his. But then Sarada got hers because she wanted Boruto to not die.
Ah, nice. I just remember somebody commenting something about Sasuke fighting dinosaurs, and I was like, that can't be real.
No, it is. Sasuke also got bodied by a child. Like, Boruto literally just warped in on him and stabbed him in the Rinnegan.
Why did Boruto?
Don't worry. I think Boruto might have been under mind control or something at the time.
Oh, wow.
Also, the power scaling has gone completely off the rails.
I see.
Boruto just is so much stronger than Naruto and Sasuke at their peak. It's unreal. The power scaling went nuts. Like, Naruto fist fought a god.
Yeah, huh.
By essentially fusing with Kurama, which killed Kurama in the process, but then somehow didn't because Himawari has Kurama now, but is somehow, like, even a better Jinchuriki than Naruto.
Wow. Huh. Amazing.
Shit got weird, man.
Huh.
I only tangentially hear a few, like, there's a channel that I follow that talks about, like, it does a lot of, like, original Naruto content, but originally
also
often
Boruto.
references Boruto stuff, and I'm
okay.
like, what the fuck is happening in Boruto?
Wow.
Like, I read it for a while, up until
no.
around the Chunin exam arc, where Boruto was a cheating shit and Naruto caught him.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And then I kind of fell off of it, and things apparently went really weird in the time since. So, yeah.
得意能力というのは遺伝するケースが多いですから、ロアは自分の新しい肉体に
Not like
そういった
Kishimoto's
人間では
writing
ない
it
ものの
anymore.
家系を選ぶこともあったと言います。
no longer involved.
But the thing is, and part of the reason even base Naruto is so, like, weird and inconsistent in places, like, the Sharingan changed, like, 6 separate times.
Oh, alright.
And I think at one point they were implied to be like a refinement on the Byakugan, and then that wasn't true anymore.
Oh.
But the reason all that shit just changed so drastically over time was Kishimoto didn't plan anything.
I'm not surprised.
Kishimoto just wrote out of his ass the entire series.
Yeah.
So, like, sometimes shit just changed because Kishimoto changed his mind.
Yeah. Oh dear.
It's not like, it's not like the mangakas that like have the entire like.
Yeah, they don't have.
They might not have the specifics of it planned in advance, but they have the entire like, timeline of like the series kind of mapped out, and they know where it starts and where it ends, and they just kind of need to fill in the gaps in the middle. Kishimoto was, well, frankly, pulling a Toriyama and just writing out his ass.
Yeah.
So. Ciel explains all of this dispassionately.
I guess.
A family with wealth and renown, one that spawns people with special abilities.
Huh. Weird.
What is this feeling?
I don't know. What is this feeling?
My family has wealth and renown, and I have special abilities.
Oh, alright. Good
Coincidence.
thing you're the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like listening to this. Not because it has nothing to do with me or because I don't care, but thinking about Rose conditions and all that makes me feel unbearably sick.
Good thing you're not really a Tono.
Right? It would suck if you were some kind of other family with special abilities that, just happened to get brought into the Tonos because, I don't know, your parents died in a car crash or some bullshit.
I think you're probably gonna have to play Melty Blood to get some of that. Honestly.
言うまでもなくロアは私の敵であり、この町に住む人々にとっての脅威です。そして脅威というのなら、
There's also Arc.
それはロアだけではありません。
Yeah, there's no way she doesn't consider Arc a threat.
アルクエド・ブリュンスタット。
There it is.
彼女こそロアを上回る災害にして元凶。この町を吸血鬼の住処にまで貶めたの。他ならぬ花化け物です。
The vampires are desperately trying to escape her, though.
I don't see how that is a valid thing with what we've seen thus far in the game, Ciel. You're gonna have to really prove that one.
No.
I demand an explanation for that and not just conjecture. My mood changes instantly. Her words hit me like a flint against steel. Did Ciel just say that Arc is the source of all this? Yeah, that seems highly unlikely based on what we've seen so far. And she called her a monster.
何言ってるんだ先輩。あいつは俺を助けてくれて、町のために戦ってくれたんだぞ。
You do know the only reason we beat Vlog was because she helped, right?
Well, she at least saved the civilians. You might have won at the cost of everyone dying.
だから、それが間違っているんです。
Please explain then, because like
彼女はこの町の安全なんて、ましてや人間の命なんて考えてすらいない。
Then why
彼
did
女
she
は
save
個
all the
人的な理由で
civilians?
ロアを追っているに過ぎませんから。
I guess.
遠野くん、使徒だって元は人間なんです。彼らが吸血鬼になる方法は2つあります。
Oh.
魔導を極めて、自らの肉体を永久期間に変革させるか。神祖という初めから吸血種として生まれたものに血を吸われるか。
Can't dead apostles also make other dead apostles though?
ロアは後者。神祖に血を吸われて使徒になりました。ロアという吸血鬼ですら、神祖という超越種の犠牲者
I
に過
wouldn't
ぎない。
call him a victim,
unfazed by my outburst, Ciel looks straight at me. Her emotionless eyes tell me what she's about to say.
アルクエイドがロアの血を吸ったって。
Wow, you really are just gonna spoil the ending of Arc's route.
憶測ではなく事実です。
How? Okay. So help me God. Don't you dare be like, I was there the day. You are. Listen, I fully believe you are not only like a year older than us, but I do not for a second buy your 800.
彼女は800年前に一度だけ過ちを犯した。神祖の王族でありながら人間の司祭だったロアの還元に乗り、杯に汲まれたロアの血を飲んでしまった。神祖は私たちとは大きくかけ離れた存在です。使徒は確かに絶大な能力を持っていますが、 それらは所詮人間の延長でしかありません。長い寿命を得たからこそ自己の能力を向上させ、結果としてあのような超能力を持つに至りました。極論ですが、ただの人間であっても長い寿命さえあれば、誰だって吸血鬼程度の能力は習得できる。
And like some of that unnatural healing, doesn't matter how long you live, a human wouldn't be doing that.
Unless
I guess maybe Magecraft could help with some of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, could you, as a strong enough mage, set up a system whereby you do like a Tosaka, sort of thing where you store a whole bunch of your mana into like a gem, and there's an auto activation that when you get injured, it draws mana from the stockpile to restore the injuries.
I could see some of that, but the stuff vampires heal from is just absolutely nuts.
I mean, they've been around hundreds of years. You got time to build mana for it, I guess.
Well, they use blood as the power source, but yeah.
Well,
they don't even think about it. They just get weird powers.
We understand from the original Stay Night that bodily fluids are a very good way of transferring magical energy, so...
Fair.
That sounds familiar. Did I read that somewhere recently? It said that for all their claims of revenge, or never aging, or being immortal, vampires were nothing special.
ですが真相は違います。彼らは現れた時から人知の及ばない力を保有している。
Oh yeah, but they're like spawned by the planet, aren't they?
Right. Also, I
真
just
相とは精
remembered
霊そのも
something.
の。地上で起きるあらゆる自然現象の化身。
Yeah.
この星の分身と言ってもいい。
Right.
An extension of the planet itself.
They're like literally beings of pure magic.
Anyway, real quick, where Shiki read it, I think that's from one of those Roa interludes. And I just remembered, I'm pretty sure Shiki's room is the other Shiki's room.
Right.
So that might all be stuff. He might actually be reading about Roa on those bookshelves from stuff that Shiki like wrote down or something. If there's like a journal of like Roa's memories, weird dreams he's having or something. So I gotta pay more attention to that next time.
私たち人間は自然との共存から独立、自立することで繁栄してきました。星の恩恵を受けながらも資源を略奪し、星が滅びようと私たちは滅びない未来を手に入れた。
Yeah.
人間だけがこの現在に行き着いた。人間が地球上で最も優れた種として確立したのはこの一点があったからです。
Gaia never forgave us.
So you're saying that humans are more powerful than true ancestors, is what you're saying?
Not exactly.
Then you're not the most powerful species on Earth.
Wow.
You only have two options
actually,
here. Either humans are more powerful than true ancestors, or they're not the most powerful species on Earth.
She might be saying humanity, but not individual humans. Because I don't know if true ancestors could live if Gaia dies. They might die with it.
That's how you kill Bayo.
Yeah.
Kill the planet, Bayo
Yes.
dies.
Keep littering. You'll eventually get Bayo.
Oh my god. Bayo's just Captain Planet.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh no! Toxic waste! I'm dying!
Quick, throw a Starbucks cup on the ground. It's his only weakness.
Quick, somebody splash some purified water on me so I stop dying.
けれど
Get Robin from Teen Titans over here.
世界であれ一つの生命、一つの概念です。ですから、自身を人間から守ろうという意志が働きます。
Oh, he didn't like that one.
That's crazy talk.
Oh, about Ark being aligned against humans, I guess.
There's no way that nature has a will of its own.
Yeah.
It doesn't defend itself, let alone harbor emotions like hatred towards the pest defiling its body.
Yeah, totally. There's
Definitely
no power force.
I've never seen a tree bitch slap somebody for trying to cut it down.
Except in Harry Potter.
Or Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Oh.
D&D. Well, that's fun. It does. It absolutely does. But the phase of its life, the scale of its existence, it's so distant from yours that you can't perceive it. Look at this reality. Isn't it neat?
Huh.
See for yourself the emotions of nature. Gaze upon the colors your diminutive senses cannot endure. Red. Brown.
An ocean of blood and dead soil, I guess.
I'm pretty sure my diminutive senses can endure red, white, and brown.
Yeah, I think so.
You do not yet know the anger and pain of this flowing life. Nope. Oh. Millennium Castle? Hi. Alternatively, possibly Aoko's flower field?
Well, Sojiro's flower field. Awfully suspiciously similar.
Yeah, weird how that is a thing, huh?
Yeah.
The momentary terror passes. I find relief in the fact that our shared values are aligned with human sensibilities.
He means shared like him and Ciel, right?
Does the planet harbor resentment toward the life forms living on its surface?
Just humans.
It's unthinkable. Or perhaps we simply can't sense it. But no, that's not all. Nature, or the world, has a will of its own. It is this that protects us and allows us to live. It's not that we can't sense its resentment. It's that nature has endorsed the ideal that humanity is beautiful.
Kind of.
惑星自然現象が自らの触覚として独立させた存在。それが一般に妖精、精霊と呼ばれる者たちです。
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those.
神祖というのはその一種族なんです。元から人間を諌める役割として生まれた彼らは、人間を悪としか思っていない。私たちが人間を捕食する吸血鬼を悪と思うように、神祖にとって自然を食い物にする人間は悪なんです。
Fair.
Okay, so let's just see if we can complete the circle here, right? So, true ancestors
are born of the planet.
They came after humans. Humans came first, I think.
I believe that's how that went, yes.
Then the planet got mad that the people were being people. So they made true ancestors. So the true ancestors would get rid of the people.
Well, to have a natural predator for the humans, yeah.
But then the true ancestors didn't feel like doing that. So
I mean, they kind of did. They were just lazy.
They made vampires, like the dead apostles, to go deal with humanity. So that they didn't have to. Because they thought humanity was evil for breaking the planet. And then humanity's like, the vampires are evil for killing us. So then we need to make guns that kill the vampires. And then the guns get mad and think that the humans are evil for killing the vampires. So then they make some kind of, like, holy water that kills true ancestors. So that they'll stop making more dead apostles.
Maybe, I don't know.
And then we have a big cycle of just everything killing each other.
I guess.
Using shit created by the last thing up the chain. If that were the truth, it would only be too funny.
I suppose you could argue Koyanskaya is kind of that in-between where she's mad at the destructive things humans do. But it's a little different.
Why have they been designed so that they cannot exist without feeding on such wickedness as humans?
わかりますか？神祖にとって人間は敵に過ぎません。
Okay, you've still not explained how that makes Ark responsible for everything that is going on in the city.
Well, right now she's trying to say that true ancestors are evil, so...
Dude, but that doesn't explain how Ark is directly responsible for everything going on in the city.
Because their existence is responsible for dead apostles even being a thing.
この星そのものとリンクしている彼らの能力は、それこそ再現というものがないんです。
Are you gonna explain any of that now?
教会の歴史の中でも、 神祖と戦った記録は数えるほどしかありません。彼らは世界そのものから力を引き上げる。彼らを倒すということは世界を倒すほどの概念武装が必要になります。
Do you have one?
Has anyone tried summoning Gilgamesh? I mean, Aya is an anti-world noble phantasm.
Tokiomi had to get that catalyst from somewhere.
Tokiomi got that catalyst from somewhere. Which means
Maybe.
it's out there. Y'all can just go find Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
もちろんそんな武装はありません。
Oh, well, not with that attitude.
Now you're just being defeatist.
Yeah.
ですから彼らには外的要因による死を与えることができない。
Ciel, you're talking. You had a previous conversation
it's really
about his eyes that can make anything dead through external means.
It's really unfortunate that we have absolutely no method whatsoever of killing things that the planet has created.
Yeah.
Because external forces don't work on them. What if we just delete all of the energy that's supporting them from existence? Yeah, that would do it. It's a shame we have no way of doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame a weapon like that doesn't exist, huh, Ciel?
If only somebody had some kind of magic knife that could do that. But your knife isn't magic, as it turns out. You just have eyes that...
Oh yeah. Eyes that can kill anything,
right,
even gods.
Right, yeah, eyes that delete energy from the universe. Right, your eyes are the embodiment of entropy. How did I forget that when I explained it to you in the first place?